a really special day. I've been wanting to do a Bible study and I haven't. So today's going to be the day that we're going to be doing a Bible study. Okay? You don't have to have your Bible with you, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be reading one chapter, and the chapter I chose is the book of Job. If you're unfamiliar with the story, we're going to be reading it. So, yeah, go ahead and get up in here. Hello, guys. Hello. It doesn't really matter how old you are. We're just gonna be reading it, and hopefully, you guys are gonna be listening. Okay, make sure y'all are listening. So, when are we gonna start? Come in here. Make sure you like the live, guys. I broke my nail. What's new? We're going to be doing Bible study. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but that's what we're doing. I'm just going to be reading a chapter. And either you listen, either you don't. But I do want to ask for some favors. If anybody comes in here and they don't know where we're at in the book, just let them know that we are chapter Job. We're doing the book of Job, and that's all I need you guys to do. Oh, we got some moderators in the building. Hello. So, yeah, just let them know that we're reading the book of Job. And that's all you need to do. This morning I woke up and I opened my Bible to a random page because I do that often. And it was the book of Job. And I started reading the first few pages and I was like, hold on. I know I'm not the only person who wants to read this, so I might as well just read it to y'all. You know, I thought that sounded way better. Also, whoever bought stuff from my birthday wish list, thank you. I just picked it up today, and the body wash smells so good. So thank you for whoever did that. I'm not sure who did that because it doesn't have a name, but thank you. I need to go into my Amazon and see who did that. But yeah, I hope everybody's day is going well. But I'm just gonna start reading because like I said, I started reading 2 pages and I was like, hold on, let's just jump into the book. So I already marked it too. Honestly, I heard that it's a really good story and it's not that long. Y'all already know I be reading pretty fast. Yeah, it's not long at all. Look how many pages it is. It's really not long. Okay. Wait, that's pretty funny, James. That's hella funny. So lay back and relax. Exactly. Lay back and relax and pay attention, okay? Because we're going to be having a pop quiz. I just need to, yeah, we're just getting our daily dose of the Bible today, okay? So if I mispronounce anything, just know sometimes I'm reading from, what version is this? Y'all know the Bible is not an easy read, so it's the NLT compact version. It's not an easy read, so it's okay. Okay. What happened to my lips? Are they just dry or something? No, I'm just joking. I think I have makeup on and they're on my lips. I don't know. Why are you looking at my lips? Look at your Bible. Look at your Bible. How about that? You got work tonight? Okay, well, get some rest and maybe you can like rewatch this when you're awake, okay? Yes, we're reading the book of Job. It's really not a long book. Like it's literally this amount of pages. Easy, we're gonna get through it. Okay. So, the book of Job, or you could call it Job. Don't do that. All right. There once was a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz or Uz. Guys, bear with me. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. Hello, Job. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, and 500 female donkeys. Okay, Job was rich. He also had many servants. T. Job. He was, in fact, the richest person. That's what I was saying. Definitely was giving that he had money. Okay. He was, in fact, the richest person in the entire area. I'm loving this chapter already. Job's son would take turns preparing feasts in their homes, and they would also invite their 3 sisters to celebrate with them. When these celebrations ended, sometimes after several days, dang, they was partying for several days, Job would purify his children. He would get up early in the morning and offer a burnt offering for each of them. For Job said to himself, perhaps my children have sinned and have cursed God in their hearts. This was Job's regular practice. Okay, we get that. Cool, Job. Job's first test. Okay. This is when the story starts to get good, I'm guessing. One day, the members of the heavenly court came to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser, Satan, came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? Wait, hold on. This sounds like a setup. He is the finest man in all of the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil. Satan replied to the Lord, yes, but Job has good reasons to fear God. You have always put a wall of protection around him and his home and his property. You have made him prosper in everything he does. Look how rich he is, but reach out and take away everything he has, and reach out and take away everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. Okay, so boom. Satan was like, yeah, you blessed him or whatever, but I bet you if you started taking stuff away from him, he's not going to be praising you anymore. That's what it's saying, right? All right, you may test him, the Lord said to Satan. Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but don't harm him physically. So Satan left the Lord's presence. One day, when Job's son and daughter were feasting at the oldest brother's house, a messenger arrived at Job's home with this news. Your oxen were plowing, with the donkeys feeding beside them. When the Sabians raised us, they stole all the animals and killed all the farm hands. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. Dang. Dang. So they started killing his freaking 7,000, his 5,000 oxen and his freaking servants. Okay, anyways. While he was still speaking, another messenger arrived with the news. The fire of God has fallen from heaven and burnt up your sheep. He had 7,000 sheep, though. Okay. Not the sheep. Okay, wait. Sorry, you guys. This is too good. Hold on. Where are we? These words are so small. Sorry, guys. Okay, wait. They stole all the animals and killed all the farmhands. Okay, diabolical. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. Dang. Okay, while he was still speaking, another messenger arrived. Dang, while he was still speaking, somebody else arrived with the news. The fire of God has fallen from heaven and burnt up your sheep and all your shepherds. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. Dang. Dang. While he was still speaking, a third messenger arrived. With this news, 3 bands of Shaladin raiders have stolen your camels and killed your servants. Mind you, he had 3,000 camels. So they just taking his animals and killing them. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. Okay. While he was still speaking, another messenger with the news, your sons and daughters were feasting in their oldest brother's home. Suddenly, a powerful wind swept in the wilderness and hit the house on all sides. The house collapsed and your children are dead. I'm the only one who escaped to tell them to... Okay. The first test is insane. Okay. Okay. That's a lot. Like, mind you, they're coming back to back to back to back to tell him this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not his kids, bro. Not his kids. Job stood up and tore his robe in grief. Yeah, I would do the same. Then he shaved his head and fell to the ground to worship. He said, I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord, as he should. In calamity, he went straight to God. In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. Okay, yeah, because the first thing he did was strip himself and said, praise God. That's good. That's a green flag. Okay. Job's second test. Dang. The first test was already crazy. They took his animals, they took his kids. What's next, bro? Okay, one day the members of the heavenly court came again to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser Satan came with them. Here goes Satan. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil, and he has maintained his integrity, even though you urged me to harm him without cause. Satan replied to the Lord, skin for skin, a man will give up everything he has to save his life, but reach out and take away his health, and he will surely curse you to your face. Bro, he's a hater. Clearly he's a hater. All right, do with him as you please, the Lord said to Satan, but spare his life. So Satan left the Lord's presence, and he struck Job with terrible boils from head to foot. Dang. Job scraped his skin with a piece of broken pottery as he sat amongst the ashes. His wife said to him, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die. But Job replied, you talked like a foolish woman, period. Check your girlfriend, because she was like, you just getting everything happening to you and you still trying to praise God? And he's like, yes, girl. But Job replied, you talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad? So in all of this, Job said nothing wrong. Green flag. W Job. Job's 3 friends share his anguish. Okay, here we go. When 3 of Job's friends heard the tragedy he had suffered, they got together and traveled from their homes to comfort and console him. Their names were... We just gonna give them nicknames because their names is kind of... Or maybe that's Eliphaz. That's definitely Eliphaz. The Temanite, Bildad, the Shulhite. See, like, why do they have all these ridiculous names? I'm not trying to judge, but they do have ridiculous names. Moving on. When they saw Job from, mind you, his homies pulled up to, like, console him. When they saw Job from a distance, they secretly recognized him. Wailing loudly, they tore their robes and threw dust into the air over their heads to show their grief. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words. I mean, at least there's some real ones. At least they are some real ones. They were just like, bro, we see that you're going through it. We not even gonna say nothing to you. We just gonna sit with you. Like, they did some real people energy, okay? Job's first speech. Okay, so he's finally talking. At last, Job spoke, and he cursed the day of his birth. He said, "Let the day of my birth be erased, and the night I was conceived. Let that day be turned to darkness. Let it be lost even to God on high, and let no light shine on it. Let the darkness and utter gloom claim that days for its own." Dang, so he was just crashing out. Mind you, he's only talking about himself right now. Keep that in mind, y'all. Let a black cloud overshadow it, and let the darkness terrify it. Let that night be blotted off the calendar, never again to be counted amongst the days of the year. Dang. Never again to appear amongst the months. Let that night be childless. Dang. Oh my God. He straight up said, my mom should have just swallowed me. That's what he basically said. Let those who are experts at cursing those cursing with rose. Oh my God. I can't eat, like, what? Let its morning stars remain dark. Let it hope for light, but in vain may it never see the morning light. He was just going through it for sure. Poor Job. Curse that day for following to shut my mother's womb. Oh, for letting me. He's like, he's cursing the day that he was born. It's insane. For letting me be born to see all this trouble. Why wasn't I born dead? Why didn't I die as I come from the womb? Okay, he's valid for crashing out, but he was like, I'm gonna give it to y'all, because he's singing a whole bunch of hoopla. Why was I laid on my mother's lap? Why did she nurse me at her breast? Had I died at birth, I would now be at peace. I would be asleep and at rest. I would rest with the world's kings and prime ministers whose great buildings now lie in ruins. I would rest with princes rich in gold, whose palaces were filled with silver. Why wasn't I buried like a stillborn child? Dang! Like a baby who never lives to see light. For in death the wicked cause no trouble, and the weary are at rest. I know his homies was just looking at him like, bro, it's not that deep. Anyways, even captives are at ease in death with no guards to curse them. Rich and poor are both there, and the slave is free from his master. Oh, why give light to those in misery and life to those who are bitter? They long for death and it won't come. They search for death more eagerly than more hidden treasures. They are filled with joy when they finally die and rejoice when they find the grave. Why is life given to those with no future? Those gods have surrounded with difficulties. I cannot eat for signs. My groans pour out like water. What I always feared has happened to me. What I dread of has come true. I have no peace, no quietness. I have no rest. Only trouble comes. Dang. So the first thing he said was, curse the day I was born. I shouldn't have been here. And basically, I just don't want to deal with none of this. Like, that's basically how he was feeling, which is valid. Because come on now. His kid's dead. His animals are dead. And he got boils on his body. And he's bald because he cut his hair. My dude has nothing. Eliphaz, right? Eliphaz. That's giving Eliphaz. I don't know. First response to Job. So you know he was sitting down with his 5 homies, right? Okay, can y'all hear me now? Shout out, but thank you for the flower. Thank you for liking the live, guys. Can y'all hear me now? Because I'm gonna continue. Okay, yeah. Okay, Brian said yes, so I'm gonna continue now. Okay. So, who is following along here? What part are we at? Who's following along? Um, what part are we at? Once you start developing gray strands, you're no longer young. Um, okay. You're just however years young. Yes, you still are young. Thank you for the floating heart. Can anybody tell us where we're at right now? Five homeboys said what now? Okay, there we go. Okay. So, exactly, Jasmine. So we're at the part where Job is like, "Oh my God, I'm so done with this." Like he's really doing this. He didn't really say he's doing this to me. He was just like, "I should never been born, so I didn't have to deal with this." While his five homeboys is watching him, right? So the first homeboy says something first. So then Eliphaz, the Temanite, replied to Job, "Will you be patient and let me say a word?" That's hilarious. Dude said, "Dude, can you calm down so I can speak for you?" Okay. Will you be patient and let me say a word? For who could keep from speaking out? In the past, you have encouraged many people. Not him trying to make him feel better. Okay, anyways. In the past, you have encouraged many people. You have strengthened those who are weak. Your words have supported those who are falling. You encourage those with shaky knees. But now, when trouble strikes, you lose heart. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. But now, when trouble strikes, you lose heart, right? You are terrified when it touches you. Doesn't your reverence for God give you confidence? That's a good friend to have. That's a good friend to have. Doesn't your life of integrity give you hope? Stop and think. Do the innocent die when have the upright been destroyed? My experience shows that those who plant trouble and cultivate evil will harvest the same. What you reap is what you sow. Okay. A breath from God destroys them. They vanish in a blast of his anger. The lions roar and the wildcats snarl, but the teeth of strong lions will be broken. The fierce lions will starve for lack of prey, and the cubs of the lioness will be scattered. This truth was given to me in secret, as though whispered in my ear. It came to me in a disturbing vision at night. When people are in a deep sleep, fear gripped me and my bones trembled. A spirit swept past my face and my hair stood on end. The spirit stopped, but I couldn't see its shape. There was a form before my eyes. In the silence, I heard a voice say, "Can a mortal be innocent before God? Can anyone be pure before the Creator? If God does not trust his own angels and has charged his message with foolishness, how much less will he trust people made of clay?" Period. They are made of dust, crushed as easily as moths. They are alive in the morning, but dead by evening, gone forever without a trace. Their tent cords are pulled, and the tent collapses, and they die in ignorance. Basically, his homie was like, "You're always the person who's there for everybody when they're going through it, but now that you're going through it, you just want to be out here feeling bad for yourself." Which is valid. Which is valid. Okay, let's move on. Um, Eliphaz's response continues. Okay, so he's still talking. "Cry for help, but will anyone answer you?" Dang. He's eating him up, though. Okay, cry for help. Will anyone answer you? Which of the angels will help you? Surely resentment destroys the fool, and jealousy kills the simple. I have seen that fools may be successful for the moment, but then comes sudden disaster. That is true. I have seen that fools may be successful for the moment, but then comes sudden disaster. Their children are abandoned far from help. They are crushed in court with no one to defend them. I know somebody like that right now. The hungry devour their harvest, even when it is guarded by brambles. The thirsty pant after their wealth, but evil does not spring from the soil, and trouble does not sprout from the earth. People are born for trouble as readily as sparks fly up from a fire. Okay, if I were you, I would go to God and present my case to him. Meanwhile, God is the one that's testing him, though. But that's a different story. Okay, if I were you, I would go to God and present my case to him. He does great things too marvelous to understand, which is true. He performs countless miracles. He gives rain for the earth and water for the fields. He gives prosperity to the poor and protects those who suffer. He frustrates the plans of schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed. He traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted. They find it is dark in the daytime, and they group at night as if it were night. They group at noon as if it were night. He rescues the poor from the cutting words of the strong and rescues them from the clutches of the powerful. And so at last the poor have hope and the snapping jaws of the wicked are shut. But consider the joy of those corrected by God. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty when you sin, for those who he wounds, he also bandages. Hello. He strikes, but his hands also heal. From 6 disasters, he will rescue you, even in the 7th. He will keep you from evil. He will save you from death in time of famine, from the power of the sword in time of war. You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know that your home is safe when you survey your possessions. Nothing will be missing. You will have many children, even though his children just died, though. But I mean, he's trying to like obviously fill him in on like what God would do for him. But we're just going to continue. You will have many children. Your descendants will be as plentiful as grass. You will go to the grave at a ripe old age, like a sheaf of grain, harvest at the proper time. We have studied life and found all this to be true. Listen to my counsel and apply it to yourself. Okay, period. But how would you tell that I guess he's telling that as his friend. He's the friend, right? And he's saying like basically, although you're going through this stuff, like keep your eye on God. But it's like imagine your friend telling you that. He's probably like, dude, you're not the one going through this, so easier said than done. But he's just trying to keep his eye focused on God. And that's what I'm understanding by his first friend talking. Okay, so now Job is responding, right? Now he's like, after he done said all of that, right? So now he's responding. Oh, shout out to you. Okay, so Job's second speech, a response to his friend, right? Then Job spoke again. Here we go again. If my misery could be weighed and my troubles be put on the scales, they would outweigh all the sands of the sea. He's still feeling bad for himself. I mean, but that's like, okay, he's valid for feeling that way. Like, they killed all his animals and his kids. Like, and he's bald with boils. Like, clearly he's saying, like, if I put everything that's happening to me on a scale, it would outweigh the sands of the sea. But he over-exaggerating for real. But, I mean, his world is coming to an end, so it's gonna, like, whatever. That is why I spoke impulsively. Okay, period. Yeah, he's valid for that. For the Almighty has struck me down with his arrows. Their poison affects my spirit. God's terrors are lined up against me. Don't I have a right to complain? Exactly. You do, bruh. I'm vouching for you. You do, Job. You do have a reason to like. I'm just saying, like. There we go. Okay, so wait, y'all. I'm too into this chapter. It's kind of fire. To him, it's not exaggeration. Exactly, it's not an exaggeration. But for him to say that, okay, whatever. Where are we? Wait, where are we? Where are we? These pages are so small. I mean, these words. Wait. Okay, boom. Don't I have a right to complain? That's what he said. He said, don't have a friend was trying to see past the current circumstances and parents not walk. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay, so he said, don't I have a right to complain? And y'all, he does. Like, he does have a right to complain. So, I mean, I feel like it. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that he has the right to complain? I mean, if that was me, I would be saying that my problem is way more than the freaking sands in the ocean, too. What? Okay, anyways. Don't I have a right to complain? Oof. Don't wild donkeys bray when they find no grass and oxen bellow? Dang, he's reminiscing on his animals. Don't wild donkeys bray when they find no grass and oxen bellow when they have no food? Don't people complain about unsalted food? Does anyone want the tasteless white of an egg? My appetite disappears when I look at it. I gag at the thought of eating it. Oh, that I might have my request that God would grant my desires. I wish he would crush me. Oh, hold on. He getting a little suicidal now. Um I wish he could reach out his hands and kill me. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. We understand that your life is in shambles, but being suicidal is diabolical. Joe better than me. I would have told him stop talking to me. For real. For real. Because okay, so tasteless white of an egg, gym bros don't mind that at all. Y'all ain't got no mercy for Job. Y'all like okay. Oh, that I might have my request that God would grant my desire. I wish he would crush me. I wish he would reach out his hand and kill me. At least I can take comfort in this, despite the pain. I have not denied the words of the Holy One. And he didn't. He did not. He have yet to say, like, God sucks. Like, I'm slandering his name. He has yet to say that. He just said that he just don't want to be here no more, which is true. Um, which is true. But dang. Okay. I have not denied the words of the Holy One, okay? But I don't have the strength to endure. I have nothing to live for. Do I have the strength of a stone? Is my body made of bronze? No, I am utterly helpless. Dang. For real. Without any chances of success. He's like, dude, do I look like a brick wall to you? No, I'm human. That's basically what he said. Okay. One should be kind to a fainting friend. Exactly. But you accuse me without any fear of the Almighty. My brothers, you have proved as unreliable as a seasonal brook. Dang. First of all, he was just trying to help him. His friend was just trying to be like, keep your eyes on God, bro. It'll be all right. And he like, y'all are unreliable. That overflows its banks in the spring when it is swollen, like with ice and melting snow. But when the hot weathers arrive, the water disappears, the brook vanishes in the heat, and the caravans turn aside to be refreshed, but there is nothing to drink, so they die. Dang, he's over here giving a whole metaphor about. But there's not. Okay. The travelers from Sheba hope to find it. They count on it, but are disappointed. When they arrive, their hopes are dashed. You too have given no help. Bruh, all his friend was trying to say, I'm praying for you, bro. Keep your eye on God. And he talking about some, nah, that's not gonna work. Like, you have seen my calamity and you are afraid. But why? Have I ever asked you for a gift? Have I begged you for anything of yours for myself? Have I asked you to rescue me from my enemies or to save me from ruthless people? Teach me and I will keep quiet. Show me what I have done wrong. Honest words can be painful, but what does your criticism amount to? Do you think your words are convincing when you disregard my cry for desperation? Dang. All his friends are trying to do is pray for him. And he's just says, like, do you think that your words are convincing enough to make me, like, feel better? Which is crazy. Okay. You would even send an orphan into slavery or sell a friend. Dang. Look at me. Would I lie to your face? Stop assuming my guilt, for I have done no wrong. Do you think I am lying? Do I know the difference between right and wrong? Is not all human life a struggle? Our lives are like that of a hired hand, like a worker who longs for the shade, like a servant waiting to be paid. I too have been assigned months of futility, long and wearing nights of misery, lying in bed. I think, when will it be morning? But the night drags on and I toss till dawn. My body is covered with maggots and scabs. My skin breaks open, oozing with pus. Dang. Okay. I knew he had boils, but I did not know dude had maggots and scabs. And his skin is oozing with pus and all of that. Mind you, he's valid though, like, because if his friend was like, dude, just like focus on God, like, you're really complaining out here when you're supposed to be the strongest one in the book. But dude, his skin is literally falling apart. They killed his kids, they killed his animals. Like, he doesn't have anything. So I mean, I feel him. He has a valid reason to be upset. But he doesn't have to be that upset. Like, he's just trying to say, like, dude, just have some type of perseverance. Okay, now Job cries out to God. Finally, like, come on, when was you gonna reach out? Okay, my days fly faster than a weave's shuttle. They end without hope. Oh God, remember that my life is but a breath and I will never again feel happiness. You see me now, but not for long. You will look for me and I will be gone. Just as a cloud dissipates and vanishes, those who die will not come back. They are gone forever from their homes, never to be seen. Mind you, why are you telling God that you're gonna die? Like, first of all, he controls that, not you. But hello, this dude literally is, his skin is breaking open and he has maggots and scabs. So we get it. I cannot keep from speaking. I must express my anguish. My bitter soul must complain. Dang, bruh. Okay. Am I a sea monster or a dragon that you must place me under guard? I think my bed will comfort me and sleep with ease my misery. But then you shatter me with dreams and terrify me with visions. I would rather be strangled, rather die than suffer like this. Mind you, he's talking to God. Like, hold on. I hate my life and I don't want to go on living. A little bit. I'm laughing because he's very dramatic right now. But also, we understand why he's dramatic. So, okay. Oh, leave me alone for my few remaining days. What are people that you should make so much of us, that you should think of us so often? Mind you, he's still sitting in front of his friends. So they're probably just looking at him like, bro. For you examine us every morning and test us every moment. Why won't you leave me alone? At least long enough for me to swallow. That too, though, because they were coming back to back to back with like bad vibes. I don't know. I agree. Why don't they give him a break? If I have sinned, what have I done to you? Oh, watcher of all humanity, why make me your target? Literally, he wasn't doing nothing wrong. Whatever. But Satan is trying to test his faith, right? Even though he is crashing out right now. Am I a burden to you? Why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? True. Why not just forgive his sin, buddy? Okay. For soon I will lie down in the dust and die. When you look for me, I will be gone. Oh my God. Poor Job. Poor Job. Okay. Bildad first responds to Job. Okay, so his second friend is like, all right, let me speak up because you are just crashing out. Like, let me just speak, okay? So Bildad, the Shuhite, replied to Job, "How long will you go on like this?" Wait. So you mean to tell me that his second homeboy watch him complain, watch his first friend speak, then watch Job again scream out to God, and the first thing he had to say was, "How long you gonna go on like this?" Nah, that's crazy. Okay, well, how long will you go on like this? You sound like a blustering wind. That's messed up. He did not have to say that like that. Not you sound like a blustering wind. Wow. Does God twist justice? Does the Almighty twist what is right? Your children must have sinned against him, so their punishment was well deserved. Dang. He said your kids were probably sinners and that's why he killed them. Bruh, this is crazy. Why would he tell his friend that? Okay. But if you pray to God and seek the favor of the Almighty, and if you are pure and living with integrity, he will surely rise up and restore your happy home. Ooh, we need to highlight that one. If you are pure and living with integrity, he will surely rise up and restore your happy home. And although you started with little, you will end with much. What do you mean? First of all, his friend needs to do his fact checks on his friend. What do you mean he started with little? First of all, he had 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 oxen, 500 donkeys, many servants. He also had like 5 kids. So what do you mean he started with little? He was like the richest man, whatever. He said, although you started with little, you will end with much, which is so valid. Thanks for the encouragement, friend. But I don't even like this friend right now. Just ask the previous generation. Pay attention to the experience of our ancestors, for we were born but yesterday and know nothing. Our days on earth are as fleeting as a shadow. But those who came before us will teach you. They will teach you the wisdom of old. Okay. Can papyrus reeds grow tall without a marsh? Can marsh grass flourish without water? While they are still flowering, not ready to be cut, they begin to wither more quickly than grass. The same happens to all who forget God. The hopes of the godless evaporate. Their confidence hangs by a thread. They are leaning on a spider's web. They cling to their homes for security, but it won't last. They try to hold it tight, but it's not endure. The godless seems like a lush plant growing in the sunshine. It branches spreads across the gardens. Its roots grow down through a pile of stones. It takes hold on a bed of rocks. But when it is unprooted, it's as though it's never existed. That's the end of its life, and others spring up from the earth to replace it. But look, God will not reject a person of integrity, nor will he lend a hand to the wicked. He will once again fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shout of joy. Those who hate you will be clothed with shame, and the home of the wicked will be destroyed. I understand how encouraging his friends are, but like, I just lost my kids and you're telling me, oh, they probably sinned and that's why God's taking them away. Like, he couldn't have said anything else, but that's the first thing he decided to say. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we talking about? All right. Job's third speech. Okay, now he's speaking again. He's replying back to his friend. A response to Bildad. Then Job spoke again. Oh my God. Alrighty. Yes, I know all that is true in principle. Exactly. Like, yes, we understand. Like, I'm supposed to think that. Yo, Job is funny. But how can a person be declared innocent in God's sight? If someone wanted to take God to court, would it be possible to answer him even once in 1,000 times? For God is so wise and so mighty, who has ever challenged him successfully? Without warning, he moves the mountains, overturning them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place and its foundation tremble. If he commands it, the sun won't rise and the stars won't shine. He alone has spread out the heavens and marched on the waves of the sea. He made all the stars, the Bear and the Orion, the Pleiades, and the constellations of the southern sky. He does great things too marvelous to understand. He performs countless miracles. Yet, when he comes near, I cannot see him. When he moves by, I do not see him go. If he snatches someone in death, who can stop him? Who dares to ask, "What are you doing?" And God does not restrain his anger. Even the monsters of the sea are crushed beneath his feet. So who am I that I should try to answer God or even reason with him? Even if I were right, I would have no defense. I could only plead for mercy. And even if I summons him and he responded, I am not sure he would listen to me, for he attacks me with a storm and repeatedly wounds me without cause. He would not let me catch my breath, but fills me inside with bitter sorrows. If it's a question of strength, he's the strong one. If it's a matter of justice, who dares to summons him to court? Though I am innocent, my own mouth would pronounce me guilty. Though I am blameless, it would prove me wicked. I'm innocent, but it makes no difference to me. I despise my life. Innocent or wicked, it is all the same to God. That's why I say he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When a plague sweeps through, he laughs at the death of the innocent. The whole earth is in the hands of the wicked, and God blinds the eyes of the judge. If he's not the one who does it, who is? My life passes more swiftly than a runner. It flees away without a glimpse of happiness. It disappears with the swift papyrus boat, like an eagle swooping down on its prey. If I decide to forget my complaints, to put away my sad face and be cheerful, I would still dread all the pain. For I know you will not find me innocent, O God. Whatever happens, I will be found guilty. So what's the use of trying? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, what? He's like, oh yeah, I can just like go to God and be like, why did this happen to me? But who's really gonna check him from all the stuff that he did? Like, yo, he's really down bad right now. He's really down bad. Okay, so what's the use of trying? Like, oh my goodness. That's crazy. I mean, he's not wrong though, but that's crazy. Even if I were to wash my hands with soap and clean my hands with lye, you would plunge me into a muddy ditch and my own filthy clothes would hate me. So great seeing others doing their devotions. Oh my God, thank you. I'm honestly like, this is better than like social media. Well, duh. But this is insane. I'm not gonna lie, like, this is crazy. So, God is not immortal like me, so I cannot argue with him or take him to trial. Thank you for your $5, by the way. It gets worse, bro. Okay. If only there were a mediator between us, someone who could bring us together. The mediator could make God stop beating me, and I would no longer live in terror of his punishment. Then I could speak to him without fear, but I cannot do that with my own strength. Oh, he's down bad. He's down bad. Job frames his plea to God. I am disgusted with my life. Let me complain freely. My bitter soul must complain. I will say to God, don't simply condemn me. Tell me the charge you are bringing against me. What do you gain by oppressing me? Why do you reject me, the work of your own hands, while smiling on the schemes of the wicked? Are your eyes like those of a human? Do you see things as only people see them? Is your lifetime only as long as ours? Is your life so short that you must quickly for my guilt and search for my sin. Although dang, he said, is your life that short that you need to speed this up? Bro, Job was crashing out. Okay, you formed me with your hands. You made me, yet now you completely destroy me. I mean, he do have a point, though. Remember that you made me from dusk. Will you turn me back to dust soon? Clearly, he's thinking he's about to die, though, because he does have boils. Like, and they killed his kids. And they killed his farm animals and his servants. Like, he is basically saying, like, am I about to die? Like, is this what's going on? You guided my conception and formed me in the womb. You clothed me with the skin and flesh, and you knit my bones and sinews together. You gave me life and showed me your unfailing love. My life was preserved by your care, yet your real motive, your true intent was to watch me. And if I sinned, you would not forgive my guilt. If I am guilty, too bad for me. And even if I'm innocent, I can't hold my head high. Dang. Okay, dang. Dang. Dude said, you gave me a great life, yet your real motives and your true intent was to watch me. And if I sinned, you would not forgive me. And if I'm guilty, too bad for me. And even if I'm innocent, I still can't hold my head high. Oh, he's really calling God out. He's low-key think he's standing on business at this point right now. Okay. Because I'm filled with shame and misery, and if I hold my head high, you hunt me like a lion and display your awesome powers against me. Again and again you witness against me. You pour out your growing anger on me and bring fresh armies against me. Why then did you deliver me from my mother's womb? Dang. He like, so why did you do that if you was going to do this? Why didn't you let me die at birth? Okay, now he's ODing. It would be as though I had never existed, going directly from the room to the grave. I have only a few days left, so leave me alone, that I may have a moment of comfort before I leave, never to return, for the land of darkness and utter gloom. It is a land as dark as midnight, a land of gloom and confusion, where even the light is dark as midnight. This guy, he's suicidal and everything. At this point, he just like, can I sue God? Like, he's I don't know. We gonna pray for him right now. Okay. Oh my God. His third friend has finally spoke up. Because remember, he's sitting there with 5 people and they're all just looking at him like, what do you mean he's not suicidal? We literally just watched him say, like, why didn't you just, like, kill me? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, he just clearly he wants to give up. All right, so now Zophar first response to Job. Now his third friend is like, okay, let me say something because clearly nobody's getting to you. They're not hitting. Okay. Shouldn't someone answer exactly he is doing what the devil told him to do if you think about it? Because Satan was like, I bet you he gonna curse your name if I do this. Good observation. When you lose everything, it feels like life isn't worth living. Good observation. Good observation, guys. Okay, so let's see what his third friend has to say. Because clearly none of his friends has been, like, hitting the way that they, hitting the way that they think that they hitting when they're talking to him. Then Zophar replied to Job, shouldn't someone answer this torrent of words? Is a person proved innocent just by a lot of talking? His friend said, is a person proved innocent by just yapping? His friends, like, his friends are undefeated, bro. Like, everybody would have to got up and left my presence. Like, y'all are all just saying all this. Like, get up and leave. everybody leave. Party's over. Like, I would have just been like, party's over, but we ain't doing this no more. All his friends have the craziest comebacks. Dude said, is a person proved innocent just by a lot of talking. Should I remain silent while you babble on? His friends are crazy. He's like, do you want me to just be quiet while you just continue complaining? When you mock God, shouldn't someone make you ashamed? You claim my beliefs are pure and I am clean in the sight of God. If only God would speak. If only he would tell you what he thinks. If only he would tell you the secrets of wisdom, for true wisdom is not a simple matter. Listen, God is doubtless punishing you far less than you deserve. Can you solve the mysteries of God? Can you discover everything about the Almighty? Such knowledge is higher than the heavens. And who are you? Is it deeper than the underworld? What do you know? Is it broader than the earth and wider than the sea? If God comes and puts a person in prison or causes the court to order, who can stop him? For he knows those who are false and he takes note of all their sins. An empty-headed person won't become wise any more than a wild donkey can bear a human child. If only you would prepare your heart and lift up your hands to him in prayer, get rid of your sins and leave all iniquity behind you. Then your face will brighten with innocence. You will be strong and free of fear. You will forget your misery. It will be like water flowing away. Your life will be brighter than the noonday. Even darkness will be as bright as morning. Having hope will give you courage. You will be protected and will rest in safety. You will lie down unafraid, and many will look to you for help, but the wicked will be blinded. They will have no escape. Their only hope is death. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Zafar, he was sparing him a little bit. He was just like, dude, are you just gonna keep yapping or are you gonna like praise God? Which one are you gonna do? Okay, so he wasn't that diabolical, but the other ones, they were kind of crazy. Okay, Job's first speech, a response to, okay, so now Job is responding to his third friend who decided to like speak up. Okay, then Job spoke again. You people really know everything, don't you? This guy is funny. This guy is funny. His group of homeboys and him, they're just all diabolical. This dude really said, you people really think you know everything, don't you? I would say the same thing too, because I'm like, all three of y'all is yapping about me, but none of y'all is going through what I'm going through right now. So do y'all really think y'all know everything? Like, okay, he's valid for saying that. He straight up said, you people really know everything, don't you? Yeah, that's valid. And when you die, wisdom will die with you. Dang. Well, I know a few things myself, and you're no better than I am. Dang. He's upset, guys. Who doesn't know these things you've been saying? Yet my friends laugh at me. For I call on God and expect an answer. I am a just and blameless man, yet they laugh at me. People who are at ease mock those in trouble. They give a push to people who are stumbling, but robbers are left in peace. And those who provoke God live in safety, though God keeps them in his power. Just ask the animals, and they will teach you. Ask the birds of the sky, and they will tell you. Speak to the earth, and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you. For they all know that my disaster has come from the hand of the Lord. Sorry, guys. Somebody called me, and yeah, somebody called me. Can y'all hear me now? Somebody called me. Where were we? Okay. Yep, y'all can hear me? Okay. Um, just ask the animals and they will teach you. Ask the birds of the sky and they will tell you. Speak to the earth and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you, for they all know that my disaster has come from the hands of the Lord. Okay, so he's basically just talking to his third friend, replying back to him. That's where we're at. For the life of everything living is in his hands, and the breath of every human being. The ear tests the words it hears, just as the mouth distinguishes between food. Wisdom belongs to the aged, and understanding to the old. But true wisdom and power are found in God. Counsel and understanding are his. What he destroys cannot be rebuilt. When he puts someone in prison, there is no escape. If he holds back the rain, the earth becomes a desert. If he releases the water, they flood the earth. Yes, strength and wisdom are deceivers, and deceived are both in his power. He leads counselors away, stripped of good judgment. Wise judges become fools. He removes the royal robes of kings. They are led away with ropes around their waist. He leads priests away, stripped of status. He overthrows those with long years and power. He silences the trusted advisors and removes the insights of the elders. He pours disgrace upon princes and disarms the strong. He uncovers mysteries hidden in darkness. He brightens light. He brings light to the deepest gloom. He builds up nations and he destroys them. He expands nations and he abandons them. He strips kings of understanding and leaves them wandering in a pathless wasteland. They group in the darkness without a light. He makes them stagger like drunkards. Job wants to argue his case with God. So after him saying all that to his friend, now he's like trying to argue his case with God. Look, I have seen all this with my own eyes, and heard it with my own ears, and now I understand. I know as much as you do. You are no better than I am. As for me, I would speak directly to the Almighty. I want to argue my case with God himself. As for you, you smear me with lies. As physicians, you are worthless quacks. If only you could be silent. That's the wisest thing you could do. Dang. He's like, God, I'm here to talk to you. And everybody sitting around me, be quiet. Listen to my charge. Pay attention to my arguments. Are you defending God with lies? Do you make your dishonest arguments for his sake? Will you slant your testimony in his favor? Will you argue God's case for him? What will happen when he finds out what you are doing? Can you fool him as easily as you fool people? No, you will not. You will be in trouble with him. If you secretly slant your testimony in his favor, doesn't his majesty terrify you? Doesn't your fear of him overwhelming your plateaus are valuable as ashes? Your defense is as fragile as a clay pot. Be silent now and leave me alone. This guy. This guy is like so crazy right now. Be silent now and leave me alone. Let me speak and I will face the consequences. Why should I put myself in mortal danger and take my life in my own hands? God might kill me, but I have no other hope. I'm going to argue my case with him, but this is what will save me. I am not godless. If I were, I would not stand before him. Listen closely to what I am about to say. Hear me out. I have prepared my case. I will be proved innocent. Who can argue with me over this? And if you prove me wrong, I will remain silent and die. Job asks how he has sinned. Exactly. Okay, so this is valid. He's just like, let's go to court with this. He's like, oh God, grant me these two things, and then I will be able to face you. Remove your heavy hand from me, and don't terrify me with your awesome presence. Now summon me, and I will answer. Or let me speak to you, and you reply. Tell me, what have I done wrong? Show me my rebellion and my sin. Why do you turn away from me? Why do you treat me as your enemy? Would you terrify a leaf blown by the wind? Would you draw straw? You write bitter accusations against me and bring up all the sins of my youth. You put my feet in stocks. You examine all my paths. You trace all my footprints. I waste away like rotten woods, like a moth-eaten coat. How frail is humanity? How short is life? How full of trouble. We blossom like a flower and then wither. Like a passing shadow, we quickly disappear. Must you keep an eye on such a frail creature and demand an accounting for me? Who can bring purity out of an impure person? No one. You have decided the length of our lives. You know how many months we will live, and we are not given a minute longer. So leave us alone and let us rest. We are like hired hands, so let us finish our work in peace. I mean, he wasn't wrong, but he is also talking to God like that. Like, he need to slow down. Even a tree has more hope. Dang. If it is cut down, it will sprout again and grow new branches, though its roots have grown old in the earth and its stumpy decays. At the scent of water, it will bud and sprout again like a new seedling. But when people die, their strength is gone. They breathe their last, and then where are they? No, for real though. As water evaporates from a lake and a river disappears in drought, people are laid to rest and do not rise again. He's basically saying, bro, when a plant dies, it's going to grow again. When people die, we're not going to grow again. So why are you treating me like this? Okay. You may tear out your hair in anger, but will destroy. But will that, wait, you will tear out your hair in anger, but will that destroy the earth? Will it make the rocks tremble? Surely the light of the wicked will be snuffled out. The spares of fire will not glow. The light in their tent will grow dark. The lamp hanging above them will be quenched. The confident stride of the wicked will be shortened. Their own schemes will be their downfall. The wicked walked in a net. They fall in a pit. A trap grabs them by the heels. A snare holds them tight. A noose lies hidden on the ground. A rope is stretched across their path. Terrors surround the wicked and trouble them at every step. Hunger depletes their strength, and calamity waits for them to stumble. Diseases eat their skin. Death devours their limbs. They are torn from the security of their homes and are brought down to the kings of terrors. The homes of the wicked will burn down. Burning sulfur rains on their houses. Their roots will dry up, and their branches will wither. All memory of their existence will fade from the earth. No one will remember their names. They will be thrust from light into darkness, driven from the word. They will have neither children nor grandchildren, nor any survivor in the place where they lived. People in the west are appalled at their fate. People in the east are horrified. They will say, this was the home of a wicked person, the place of one who rejected God. Job's sixth speech, a response to Bildad. So basically, he's just calling everybody out. Because Bildad didn't even say nothing. He just like, now back to you, bro. Okay. Dang. Dang. Wait, guys, I low-key, hold on, let me see. Yeah, we did that. We read that. Even a tree has more hope. Wait. the soil. Wasn't I just like, wait, okay, wait. No, we're at this part. Why do I feel like I was about to read something. Okay, basically he's just like saying, why is this all happening to me? And like, life is short. Why are you giving me all these troubles? And he's just yapping at this point. Okay, it's actually Eliphaz's second response to Job. A wise man wouldn't answer with such empty talk. You are nothing but a windbag. The wise don't engage in empty chatter. What good are such words? Have you no fear of God, no reverence for Him? Your sins are telling your mouth what to say. Your words are based on clever deception. Your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your own lips testify against you. Were you the first person ever born? Were you born before the hills were made? Were you listening at God's secret counsel? Do you have a monopoly on wisdom? What do you know that we don't? What do you understand that we don't? On our side are aged, gray-haired men, much older than your father. Is God's comfort too little for you? Is His gentle word not enough? What has taken away your reason? What has weakened your vision that you turn against God and say all these evil things? Can any mortal be pure? Can anyone born of a woman be just? Look, God does not even trust the angels. Even the heavens are not absolutely pure in His sights. How much less pure is a corrupt and sinful person with a thirst for wickedness? If you will listen, I will show you. I will answer you from my own experience. And it is confirmed by the reports of wise men who have heard the same things from their fathers, from those to whom the land was given long before any foreigners arrived. The wicked writhe in pain throughout their lives. Years of troubles are stored up from the ruthless. The sounds of terror rings in their ears, and even on good days, they fear the attack of the destroyer. They dare not go out into the darkness for fear they will be murdered. They wander around saying, "Where can I find beard?" They know their day of destruction is near. That dark day terrifies them. They live in distress and anguish like a king preparing for battle. For they shake their fist at God, defying the Almighty, holding their strong shields. They definitely charge against Him. These wicked people are heavy and prosperous. Their waists bulge with fat, but their cities will be ruined. They will live in abandoned houses, and they are ready to tumble down. Their riches will not last, and their wealth will not endure. Their poison will no longer spread across the horizon. They will not escape the darkness. The burning sun will wither their shoots, and the breaths of God will destroy them. Let them no longer fool themselves by trusting in empty riches, for emptiness will be their only reward. They will be cut down in the prime of life. Their branches will never again be green. They will be like a vine whose grapes are harvested too early, like an olive tree that loses its blossoms before the fruit can form. For the godless are barren. Their homes enriched through bribery will burn. They convince trouble and give birth to evil. Their rooms produce deceit. Job's fifth speech, a response to Eliphaz. Then Job spoke again. Mind you, his friends are over here literally yapping. him and his friends are like not making it any better though. Yeah, these big words are like crazy. All right, so anyways, here we are. Basically, they're just going back and forth like have faith, don't have faith, have faith, I don't have faith, like just going back and forth. Um wait, but I don't know why I thought I had read that part already. But anyways, so Job's fifth response to Eliphaz. Then Job spoke again. I have heard all this before. What miserable comforters you are. Won't you ever stop blowing hot air? He told his friend that he was blowing hot air after saying all of that. Like, what? They just disrespecting each other, like, at this point. What makes you keep on talking? I could say the same thing if you were in my place. Valid. Thank you, Job. Start standing up for yourself, because your homies is out here just saying, like, yeah, you're yapping, when he's actually going through stuff. Like, he has a reason to, like, at least feel some type of way. I could say the same things if you were in my place. I could spout of criticism and shake my head at you. But if it were me, I would encourage you. I would try to take away your grief. Instead, I suffer if I defend myself, and I suffer no less if I refuse to speak. Oh God, you have grown me down and devastated my family, as if to prove I have sinned. You reduced me to skin and bones. My God flesh testifies against me. God hates me and angrily tears me apart. He snaps his teeth at me and pierces me with his eyes. People jeer and laugh at me. They slap my cheeks in contempt. A mob gathers against me. God has handed me over to sinners. He has tossed me into the hands of the wicked. I was living quietly until he shattered me. He took me by the neck and broke me in pieces. I mean, he did. But I mean, like, you see how he's exaggerating, because God didn't literally grab him by the neck and, like, snap him. Like, he just killed his animals, his kids, burned down his, like, house, and, like, gave him, like, blisters and boils. Technically, he did grab him by the neck and do that. I mean, technically he did, but let's move on. I need to stop over here doubling back, because y'all, I'm forgetting where the heck I was reading from. Where I at? Okay. I was living quietly until he shattered me. He took me by the neck and broke me in pieces. Then he set me up against his target, and now his archers surround me. His arrows pierce me without mercy. The ground is wet with my blood. Again and again he smashes against me, charging at me like a warrior. I wear burlap to show my grief. My pride lies in the dusk. My eyes are red with weeping. Dark shadows circle my eyes. Yet I have done no wrong, and my prayer is pure. O earth, do not conceal my blood. Let it cry out on my behalf, even how my witness is in heaven. My advocate is there on high. My friends scorn me, but I pour out my tears to God. I need someone to mediate between God and me, as a person mediates between friends. For soon I must go down the road for which I will never return. Job continues to defend his innocence. He continues to yap and feel bad for himself. Let's go. My spirit is crushed and my life is nearly snuffed out. The grave is ready to receive me. Dang. He's very suicidal. Like, okay, Job, let's wrap it up. He says, I am surrounded by mockers. I watch how bitterly they taunt me. You must defend my innocence, O God, since no one else will stand up for me. You have closed their minds to understanding, but do not let them trumpet. They betray their friends for their own advantage, so let their children faint with hunger. God has made a mockery of me among the people. They spit in my face. My eyes are swollen with weepings, and I am but a shadow of my former self. The virtuous are horrified when they see me. The innocent rise up against the ungodly. The righteous keep moving forward, and those with clean hands become stronger and stronger. As for all of you, come back with a better argument. This guy's on everybody's head. He said, and as for the rest of y'all, because he's like over there talking to God. He's like, now back to y'all. Come back with a better argument, though I still won't find a wise man amongst you. Dang! They over here shooting shots at each other. How you gonna tell that to your friend? I mean, he's going through it. My days are over. My hopes have disappeared. My heart's desires are broken. These men say that